All right, it's that time again, people. It's time to do our NFL Pick Ems. This is week 6. All right. So let's get down to it. Let's start it off with Thursday night's football game where we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Eagles of Philadelphia. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be a pretty good game. It's going to be a good game. I like Jalen Hurts. I think the Eagles are going to be able to pass the ball against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I do think they might end up turning the ball over, maybe an interception or two or a fumble or something. But we're still talking about Tom Brady, people. I don't think the Eagles have the firepower to stop the GOAT of quarterbacks as of right now. So I think that, Tom Brady is still the best quarterback in the league, okay? It's crazy they got all these young bulls putting him ahead of him. I mean, here's the thing. If any of those guys were going up against Brady, most people are putting their money on Brady. And I'm putting my money on Brady and the Buccaneers. I think it's going to be a close game because it's a short week, but it's going to be close enough to where Brady is going to wake up and just say, you know what, let me toss this some more passes to Anthony, to AB, or whatever, to Antonio Brown or to Mike Evans, and let's just take care of these Eagles, okay? So I got the Buccaneers winning that game tomorrow. That game is, I believe, is in Philly, I think. Is that game in Philly? It's in Philadelphia, but yeah. And plus, Tom Brady, I already know that, hey, man, Philadelphia took a Super Bowl from him. So he's going to be out for a little bit of minor payback for him. All right, so let's see. The next matchup, we have the Miami Dolphins. That's my fan voice. Versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Now, in this game, I heard that Tua is supposed to be off the injured reserve, so he may or may not play in this game. If he plays in this game, I think I tell you what, I don't know how this is going to go for Tua. I'm a Tua fan, but is he going to be rusty or not? I mean, and plus this Jacksonville Jaguar team is hungry. It is hard to lose 6 games in a row. It is very, very hard. But the Miami Dolphins, they're 1-3. So guess what? If you're the Miami Dolphins, you need this game. Or are they 1-5? I'm sorry, they're 1-4. Yeah, so you need this game, and they got a lot of good players on defense. They're going up against a rookie quarterback and Trevor Lawrence, but guess what? Trevor Lawrence is starting to come into his own, people. He really is. But we'll see what's going to happen with this matchup. We got Brian Flores versus Urban Meyer. Man, this is kind of a toss-up. But I tell you what, man, I'm rolling. I think Brian Flores is the better NFL coach than Urban Meyer. Right now, I'm liking Lawrence as a better quarterback than Tua. It's because Tua hasn't played yet, hasn't played in a while. But I trust this Dolphins defense more than I trust the Jaguars defense and offense. So I'm rolling with the Dolphins on this one, people. The next matchup, we have the Vikings of Minnesota versus the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest player on the block, loose the Willie bicycle since I was 6, high school crossover, wave to wave picks. Yeah. I'm showing how old I am. This game is going to be in Carolina. Man, the Vikings, they're hard to figure out. But the Panthers are easy to figure out. But also, they do not have C-Mac right there. And I think this Viking squad is coming to play. I think Kirk Cousins, Kirk Cousins tends to win games you don't expect him to play. And I don't think many people are expecting this Minnesota Viking team to travel to Carolina and beat them. So because of that, hey, this is me going against the grain right here due to a repetitive pattern, okay? So I'm going to roll with Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings in this matchup, all right? Sometimes you got to trust your cousins, man. It's okay. And I trust Kirk Cousins to win this game. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Chargers versus the versus the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be a good game. A very, 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 very good game, people. All right. Man. I don't know on this one. I'm in the you can get with this, you can get with that mode on this one, the Baltimore Ravens, they just came back, man, a big comeback victory over the Colts on national television that went to overtime on Monday Night Football, people. The Chargers, they just came off a big game, 47-42 victory over the Cleveland Browns. That was a big game for them, But I tell you what, man. I trust John Harbaugh. I trust and I believe in Lamar Jackson. Like, I'm going to tell you something. Like, Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. But right now, we have yet to see this young man battle tested. You know what I mean? He hasn't played in the playoffs yet. He hasn't. What's the most important game that he's played in so far where there's a lot riding on the line? None. I've seen that from Lamar Jackson. I've seen his success. I've seen his failures. I've seen humility from him. I've seen this young man bounce back up and every year add something to his game, to his repertoire. All right? Herbert, okay, he's good. He's good. But I want to see what happens when he gets knocked down, when he's faced with adversity. Not just when he gets sacked or whatever, but, when the stakes are high. This is going to be if they make the playoffs, until they make the playoffs, this game right here is going to be one of those stakes are high games. Now, last week game was kind of like that too. Cleveland Browns is an opponent, is a threat to them. All right. But this one right here, man, this is Lamar Jackson, people. All right. This is Lamar freaking Jackson. Normally, whenever a team wins a Monday night game, and especially it's a close one like that, and it went to overtime, that could be energy draining for the next week. But it doesn't guarantee that they'll lose, but it doesn't guarantee they'll win. But it could put them in a situation where they may come out flat, so they may end up having to play from behind. But when I see what the Chargers did with the Browns last week, that was a very emotional game right there too, and they got away with a pass interference, a big significant one, so they could have lost that game. So the Chargers might be going in on false hope, like, yeah, we beat the Browns and all that, we gonna beat the Ravens. But this game is in Baltimore. I trust John Harbaugh. Man, I definitely trust Lamar Jackson. So I'm rolling with the Baltimore Ravens on this one, people. You could not like it, but hey, just not like the pick, whatever. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Rams versus the New York Giants. Rams going to win this game, people. Giants have a lot of injuries. I have no reason to even pick the Giants, as much as I would love for them to beat the Rams, but they're not going to beat the Rams. So the Rams are going to win that game, so there's not much to talk about on that one. Texans versus the Colts. So the way I look at it, whoever's the winner out of this game is the real loser of this game, because both teams you're in tank mode. So, but the Colts, I believe they have a defense and they believe in Carson Wentz, and they're in a situation where they want to win. It seems like they want to win, but they keep losing. The Texans, they don't want to win. They'll say, yeah, culture, fit, and all that crap, but listen, their goal is to get the number one pick and then potentially screw the hell out of the number one pick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Davis Mills, rookie quarterback. Texans, see, both teams just are coming off close losses, all right? So, You know what? Oh, found out some information that T.Y. Hilton is supposed to be back. He hadn't played yet this year, but he will come back in this game. So because T.Y. Hilton is coming back on this game and he always kills the Texans, I'm rolling with the Colts. If Hilton wasn't playing, I'll roll with my Texans, but I'm rolling with the Colts on this one. The next matchup, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Washington Football Team. All right. This is not going to be an easy outing for the Chiefs, but I believe the Chiefs are in must-win mode. They are in must-win mode, people. And I think they're going to come out guns a-blazing. They're going to play a lot smarter and a lot focused right here. But this Washington football, they front seven. They got a good defense. Coach Ron Rivera is no slouch. He can still coach defense, people. He's still a brilliant head coach. And I think him and against Andy Reid, that's going to be a brilliant matchup. It really is. They're coming off getting blown out on national television. And most of the time when teams get blown out on national television, they come back with a vengeance. So it's going to be hell to play that they're going to extract on their next opponent. So I'm going to roll with the Kansas City Chiefs on this one, people. Next matchup. And also, Washington Football Team, they're dealing with a lot of distractions anyway, because they are the team that's being investigated, even though John Gruden is getting all the attention he's getting, which he deserves because he said what he said. But the investigation that's going on is with the Washington Football Team. So it's going to be kind of weird right there for them. It's going to be a distraction, I believe. But I'm rolling with the Chiefs on that matchup. Next matchup, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears, they just coming off an emotional game of beating the Raiders. And that was a big game for Khalil Mack because he was traded from the Raiders, okay? And right there, I think they're a little bit satisfied. They still living off that victory, and they know that, hey, no more Gruden there and all that stuff. So, if you Khalil Mack, you like, yeah, man, yeah, we did that. Because maybe if the Raiders would have won, maybe the other emails would not have came out, but they're going to be like, we did that. We exploited their distraction, But we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, even though the Packers just came off a close game with the Bengals, I don't doubt Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to come off a little bit of sluggish. Both teams are, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to prevail. So the Packers are going to win that one, y'all, pretty much. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions just came off a good victory. Shout out to them, Dan Campbell. The Bengals, they just lost a big close game. They just lost a big-time close game, a heartbreaker. Those games are hard to come back from. And they're going on the road in Detroit. Detroit is no slouch. They're no slouch. They're going to go out there and give effort. They're going to play ball. So I think this is going to be an upset special. Detroit Lions are going to win this game, people. Watch. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Cleveland Browns. Well, I tell you what. The San Francisco 49ers, they was getting to Kyler Murray. They was hitting them. And that was going up against Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, okay? Now he's going up against Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney. All right? I don't think he's going to get a chance to do all that running with them, especially with Clowney. I really don't. This is going to be a good game. Odell Beckham versus DeAndre Hopkins, right? This is going to be a real good game. I'm rolling with the Browns on this game. I'm expecting the Cleveland Browns to bounce back in this game. But Baker Mayfield is going to have to protect the ball. But the thing about it is with the Browns, they can run the hell out of that football, man. They can run the hell out of that football. And if the Cleveland Browns, if they can beat a team like Arizona, that's going to be a big morale booster for this team, a big confidence booster for Baker. Okay, so I'm rolling with the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be a close game, y'all. And I need them to beat the Cardinals, too, because they're in my NFC West division. But I'm not picking the Browns. I'm not picking against the Cardinals just because they're in my division. I'm just literally saying, yeah, I think the Browns can beat them because they're in Cleveland. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots, they're just coming off a close win, beating the Texans. Here's the thing right here, people. All right, Mike McCarthy versus Bill Belichick. I think they're both good coaches. You got Mac Jones versus Dak Prescott. Mac versus Dak. Dak versus Mac. Who's the Dak? Who's the Mac? Who's the Mac Dak? Who's the Mac Daddy? The Dacky Mac, or whatever. But anyways, man, like the Cowboys are playing real good. The Cowboys, they have the tendency when you expect them to win games, they end up losing. It wouldn't shock me if they went to New England and lost that game. It would not. I'm telling you. The Patriots are still a smart team, but I wouldn't expect them to beat both Texas teams. I'm going to roll with the Dallas Cowboys on this one. I believe in Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott is on a roll, and he's out to prove to people that, hey, all y'all who doubted me and said I didn't deserve the big contract, well, you can go kick rocks in open-toe sandals, all right? So I think the Cowboys are going to win that one, all right? Next matchup, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. Still distraction city for the Raiders, man. Rivalry game against the Broncos. If Teddy Bridgewater is playing this game, I got the Denver Broncos winning this game. If he's not playing this game, the Raiders are going to win this game. So I'm rolling with the Denver Broncos on this one, people. Broncos all the way. Raiders got a whole lot of distractions and stuff. You might as well throw them in the lottery. Got a whole lot of distractions going on. Well, let me take that back. I think the Raiders, they're going to win this game because I think they're going to appear to be united. I'm not sure who's the interim coach right now. They're going to be united for him. And they're going to come out with a lot of emotion. They're going to win this game. All right? Sorry, Bronco fans. Next matchup, we got my Seattle Seahawks versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is on national television. Man, no Russell Wilson. Man. Geno Smith. Man. All right, so this is going to be big, people. I'm a fan of both coaches. I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin, big fan of Pete Carroll, both of them similar in style, player-friendly coaches, but both teams got something to prove. The Steelers, like people been counting the Steelers out. I still have the Steelers as a playoff team. Hell, I think they could potentially win the division if they don't get too far behind from Baltimore. A lot of people have counted the Seahawks out. I'm a Seahawk fan also. You don't believe that I'm a Seahawk fan? Guess what? If I wasn't a Seahawk fan also, would I have this hat? No, I would not. So guess what? I'm a Seahawks fan too. Texans and Seahawks fan. So I think the Seahawks are going to win Shoot. I don't know. The game is in Pittsburgh. Man, the game is in Pittsburgh. I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. You know what? Well, it's a primetime game. It's very rare that Pete Carroll lose 2 primetime games in a row. All right. Even without Russell Wilson. Before Russell Wilson got there, he didn't lose 2 primetime games in a row. Going up to the Steelers is going to be a close game. It's going to be a real good game. But also the Seahawks have been struggling against the run. And you going up against that rookie Najee Harris, and he was big last week. And unfortunately, I think that young man is going to have a big game this week. Unfortunately. I hate saying this, man. The Steelers are going to win this game. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart saying that. Move on to the next one. Bills versus Titans. Man, yeah, those Bills. Let me see. Bills just came off a big game. Kicking the butt out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. That was a big game for them. Big game to do that against the AFC champions. So, the Titans, man. Titans, they seem to always play with a chip on their shoulder. Coach Mike Vrabel is awesome. I think he's going to have his players ready. And as a former Oilers fan, and the Titans originated as the Oilers, I really want them to kick the crap out of the Bills because of what the Bills did almost 30 years ago. Okay, to the Oilers. So, I'm rolling with the Tennessee Titans on that one, y'all. Can't help myself. All right, so let's do a full recap on the games that we call them. We got the Buccaneers over the Eagles. We got the Dolphins over the Jaguars. Got the Vikings over the Panthers. Excuse me. Get my water here. Always take your water breaks, people. That's important. Okay, we have the Ravens over the Chargers. Rams over Giants, of course. Colts over Texans. T.Y. Hilton is back, of course. Chiefs over Washington football team. Packers over Bears. Lions over Bengals. Should I change that? Yeah, Lions over Bengals. Browns over Cardinals. Cowboys over Patriots. Raiders over Broncos. Titans over Bills. And oh, man. You know what? It's not like the Steelers are all world beaters anyway right now. Forget it. Seahawks over Steelers, people. Book it. You can place $100 on that bet. Never mind. Don't do that. I didn't tell you that. Seahawks over Steelers, people. All right. So that's going to conclude this episode of Student of the Game podcast. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. If you're watching the video on YouTube, please hit that like button and that subscribe button and comment and share your thoughts down below. Tell me who do you think are going to win the upcoming matchups this week. And hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you're hearing and if you like what you're seeing. And if you like what you're feeling. All right? Hit that like and subscribe button. I guarantee you it's free of charge. All right? Student of the Game podcast. Peace